And how do you feel that manifests itself in the movement, and what effect does it have?
It manifests itself through fear, and through people just through manipulation. People blindly follow this because, number one, they're scared that if they don't, they will get called a racist and a sexist and a transphobe and all this other stuff. And also just through, you know, the manipulative sort of language that they use as well. The way that they try to act like things are sort of like a moral default when they're not. Like, for example, what they do, they'll say sort of things like, oh, how can we allow voters of this politician in the movement, or people who have this view on abortion in the movement? How does it make sense to be vegan if you're not consistently anti-oppression? You need to be against all oppression. Well, this is a very entitled and manipulative way of looking at that, because every single person is, in their eyes, against all oppression. That's why we vote the way we do, or refuse to vote if you're an anarchist, or, for example, you know, something like that. I mean, as an example, let's say with the gun debate. So intersectionals, as far as I know, are pretty much all anti-gun, and they would say it's you know, it's oppressive that, you know, there's all these people dying, and, you know, there's these gun-toting rednecks going around, and how does it make sense that they're vegan and blah, blah, blah. But a counter-argument from a pro-gun person to that could be, well, hang on, how that's oppressive to disarm me. I'm a woman who wants to feel safe walking alone at night, and you're talking about how there's a rape culture in this country, yet you want to disarm me. That's a violation of my bodily rights. You know, or socialism is a they could say socialism is oppressive, or pro-choice is oppressive and is inconsistent with veganism because you're murdering children in the womb and blah, blah, blah. The point is, every single person is anti-oppression in their own eyes. What intersectionality is trying to do is trying to put a monopoly on what it means to be anti-oppression. And they want to basically have their very, very narrow and specific worldview, where you have to agree with you have to tick every little box that they agree with. It's very specific, which less than 1% of the world agrees with. And ultimately, this is just going to make the movement as tiny as possible. How are you going to get people in countries with very like patriarchal traditions and stuff to go vegan if you promote like an intersectionality kind of thing? You're like, no, you can't be pro gender roles and be a vegan and stuff like that. Well, we want people who are pro gender roles to be vegan, right? So again, it just leads to this shrinking of the movement, where only a very certain subsect of people are allowed in.